expires, which is obviously the payroll tax up until September benefit. What do we?
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Here.
Here. Mrs. French? Here. And Mayor Brown? Open the meeting for the council meeting for December 17, 2013. Public participation, Mr. Spoor.
Is now the time to talk about budget issues, or you want to do that later? Not being a smart ass.
It's public participation, Mr. Spoor, whatever you want to discuss.
All right, well, I got a copy of the budget the day after it was available, and I noticed there's no line for repayments of the EIT overpayments. There's nothing put in there at all. Is there going to be something budgeted for this? We know we owe some refunds. It could be anywhere from $150,000 to $300,000. Nobody really knows, but it's not being budgeted for.
Joe?
Yeah, I said this at the meeting last week. On the income side, what I budgeted for the earned income tax reflects money being paid back. I didn't put a line item in there because I don't know. We're not going to be paying it back. It's going to be Keystone if there are that many refunds. But it's reflected in. I budgeted $525,000 for earned income tax.
Okay.
So that's if I didn't budget for refunds, I would have had that as a higher number. So what I did was I reduced that number, and we'll see how they're going to pay back the refunds if there are any.
Because it's coming from Keystone.
Yeah, it's coming from Keystone, and I have no idea if there's refunds or not owed back.
Well, I did speak with Keystone, and Keystone will be issuing the refund checks
Yeah, if somebody
based on the
files-
returns.
Somebody files a return.
But then Keystone expects to be reimbursed by the Borough of Fallcroft, either through the Borough of Fallcroft writing a check for that, or they're just going to hold back EIT money.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I have the hold back money, based on what we've collected in the last 2 years, at the full 1%, I should have budgeted like $800,000. So I budgeted $525. So I have a conservative number in there, reflecting that we're gonna get 7 or 8 possibly, but we may not see all that, we'll only see $525. So it's reflected in that income line, I reduced that number.
So then, not being a smart ass, it should have been 7 or 8. So 2012, we got 1.5 or 1.4 million dollars in EIT.
We're in that ballpark, yeah. And 2012 was low because Centex was collected, remember that?
Yeah, and I know that's all still screwed up and everything.
Full year, we would have done much better.
Okay,
We've done very well this year with Keystone.
Okay. And the other thing I wanted to bring up, it was in the paper last week. The $122,000 bill for the bridge. What are our intentions with that? Are we going to pay that? Are we going to fight the county and make it cost more? Does anybody?
Since the press revealed that there's an intent to bring a lawsuit, there'll be no discussion here in order to maintain the attorney-client privilege. All of the members of council can meet with me or Mr. Santarelli at any point in time they want to discuss what the legal posture of the borough will be. But in order not to violate the attorney-client privilege, those conversations have to be held in private.
Okay.
Anything else? No? Cindy Fry?
Yes, I just, actually, the crossing guards and myself included, would like to just say thank you to the borough for the raincoats. They come in quite handy lately. And also just to wish everybody a very merry, happy and safe Christmas.
Thank you, Cindy. Same to you.
Thank you.
Public participation is closed. Moving on. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes for the November committee and council meetings?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Mrs. Rafferty?
Yes.
Mr. Benny?
Yes.
Ms. Foley?
Yes.
Mr. McGuigan?
Yes.
Ms. Rafter?
Yes.
Mrs. French?
Yes. Okay, motion carries, minutes approved. Do I have a motion to approve the bill list, December 17, 2013?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Mrs. Rafferty?
Yes.
Mr. Benny?
Yes.
Ms. Foley?
Yes.
Mr. McGuigan?
Yes.
Ms. Rafter?
Yes.
Mrs. French?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Council President report. At our last meeting, I mentioned that Cindy Deaver from the library may be stepping down. She did step down. After that meeting, Mindy Isaac, who's sitting in the audience tonight, asked if she could be considered for the position of sitting on the library board. So she's here tonight. I was going to ask for an approval and new business to have her take Cindy Deaver's spot on the library board, starting January. Cindy, with her, she's back to work and her schedule has just gotten too hectic to continue on with her duties there. Does anybody have any questions for Mindy? Okay, that's all I have for Council President. Moving down the agenda, do I have a motion to approve the tree removal ordinance 2013-11?
Motion.
Second.
Mrs. Rafter?
Yes.
Mr. Benny?
Yes.
Ms. Foley?
Yes.
Mr. McGuigan?
Yes.
Ms. Rafter?
Yes.
Mrs. French?
Yes.
Motion carries. Do I have a motion to adopt the 2014 budget? Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Pacenti on the budget?
Motion.
Do I have a second? Larry?
Mrs. Rafter?
Yes.
Mr. Benny?
Yes.
Ms. Foley?
Yes.
Mr. McGuigan?
Yes.
Ms. Rafter?
Yes.
Mrs. French?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. With the budget being approved, moving on to the proposed tax levy ordinances. Do I have a motion for the 2013-12 setting the millage of property tax? Mr. Pacenti, this is the same as last year's, no tax increase on our millage?
Yeah, 6.1.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
I'm sorry, who said that?
Both of them. Mary Ann said it, I seconded it.
Okay,
Mrs. Rafter?
yes.
Mr. Benny?
Yes.
Ms. Foley?
Yes.
Mr. McGuigan?
Yes.
Ms. Rafter?
Yes.
Mrs. French?
Yes.
Motion carries. Next one on the agenda is the imposing local service tax, 2013-13.
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Mrs. Rafter?
Yes.
Mr. Benny?
Yes.
Ms. Foley?
Yes.
Mr. McGuigan?
Yes.
Ms. Rafter?
Yes.
Mrs. French?
Yes.
Motion carries. Okay, next on the list is setting the trash fee rate, 2013.14.
Motion.
I'll second that.
Mrs. Rafter?
Yes.
Mr. Benny?
Yes.
Ms. Foley?
Yes.
Mr. McGuigan?
Yes.
Ms. Rafter?
Yes.
Mrs. French?
Yes.
Motion carries. Moving down to 2013-15, setting sewer usage fee. Do I have a motion? Do I have a second?
Second that.
Mrs. Rafter?
Yes.
Mr. Benny?
Yes.
Ms. Foley?
Yes.
Mr. McGuigan?
Yes.
Ms. Rafter?
Yes.
Mrs. French?
Yes.
Motion carries. And the final one, 2013-16, amending the earned income tax ordinance. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Mrs. Zarowski?
Yes.
Mr. Benny?
Yes.
Mr. McGuigan?
Yes.
Ms. Rafter?
Yes.
Mrs. French?
Yes.
Motion carries. Okay.
I think you got skipped.
Yes.
Oh,
Ms. Foley?
Yes. I just come in, but I'm not sure what happened.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Okay, moving down, the proposed CDBG grant proposal 2013-9, that Mr. Tom Wilkes. Sorry, I had a brain freeze. Spoke about in the beginning of the meeting. Do I have a motion?
I'll motion that.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Mrs. Zarowski?
Yes.
Mr. Benny?
Yes.
Ms. Foley?
Yes.
Mr. McGuigan?
I think King and Manuel are gonna have moving sidewalks inside of like 3 years. Yes.
Or heated, so they don't have to shovel.
The best sidewalks ever.
Mrs. Rozier? Mrs. Roach?
Yes.
Next on the list is the increasing fees for, rental properties. Resolution 2013-10. Do I have a motion?
I'll motion that.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Mrs. Drowsky?
Yes.
Mr. Benny?
Yes.
Ms. Foley?
Yes.
Mr. McGuigan?
No.
Ms. Rafter?
No.
Mrs. French?
No.
It fails, okay. So that failed.
Point of order, I thought the mayor breaks the tie according to the borough code.
I don't believe so. If it's a tie, it fails.
No, it's in the code.
It's in
No,
10.
yeah. Section 10, mayor breaks the tie.
When I say it fails, it didn't approve, you voted against it, so it didn't pass.
Well, Bob has to vote.
Bob has to vote, he didn't vote yet.
Bob.
No.
So it fails. Okay. Next, proposed resolution 2013-11, council meeting calendar for 2014. I have a motion.
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Mrs. Drowsky?
Yes.
Mr. Benny?
Yes.
Ms. Foley?
Yes.
Mr. McGuigan?
Yes.
Ms. Rafter?
Yes.
Mrs. French?
Yes.
Can I just ask why you didn't pass the resolution to up the fee to 150 on rental properties?
Who are you asking? All four
All
of us?
three, oh, well, all four of you.
Who wants to go first?
Why would you,
Go ahead.
why would you vote negative on something that is, make the landlords accountable?
Right.
I have been against raising property taxes and fees.
It's not
I
property
would
taxes, it's
They'll
the
be
new
for it
rate.
next year, just like with
Are
the
you asking me or are you asking Laura?
anti-blight, so what's the
Lauren,
point? They'll
please.
change their mind.
All right, Lauren, please.
You're right, you'll win the next meeting. That's right, Lauren, you're right this morning.
Excuse me, please.
That's so
Can we
rude.
just be adults about this and everybody let Jason speak? He has the floor. Go ahead, Jason.
I appreciate it. I am against raising any property taxes and fees, and this is a fee that goes up, so I was against it.
But it's a fee for landlords that don't abide by the ordinances.
It's an inspection fee.
I
If they don't
know.
abide by the ordinance, the code enforcer should be going after them, not the fee. We should be citing them to the hill.
But something that helps it, what?
Why?
Can't hurt.
This helps it.
Yeah, it helps it, it can't
This
hurt,
helps
so why
it.
would you be opposed to it? Makes no sense.
Yeah, I know.
Again, you're voting
Whatever.
no to vote no, because you can vote no to make a statement.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's
move
your
on.
opinion.
How many empty houses do we have in
Staff reports,
Falkirk
please.
right now?
You allow them a chance to buyers away and just have abandoned houses, that's why I vote.
What
there's
buyers?
enough of that.
But
Renters.
Brenda?
you're chasing the renters away. You're
You're
chasing the
chasing the
landlords.
landlords away too. Who the hell wants to buy a house here if it's gonna cost us X amount of dollars, for a property investment?
But then you're bringing in more renters.
Trying to rectify an issue that doesn't exist, when we're trying to rectify an issue that already exists.
All
It's
right,
the
that's
if
fine.
versus
It's
what,
fine,
the what if versus the what do we do now?
it's fine.
Sue,
State
I-
level,
State it,
federal
Mark.
level, you
This
know?
is, this is an honest question. Have you guys ever had to go through the scrutiny on the vote you've made by this side? I mean, I answered your question, and I
Yes.
think we should probably move on.
That's what I'm
Right?
trying to do.
Thank you.
Staff reports, Mr. Wilks, you already gave your report, right? Cliff, do you have any reports?
Just one item. Discussing with the financial director.
Can I hold you for a second, Joe? Do you need to leave for your other meeting?
No, you can wait.
Okay.
Discussing with the financial director, we would like to ask the council to pass a motion that clarifies, for precisely who collects taxes. We have a series of motions every time we retain Keystone and MRRS, and the motions all ended up being worded slightly differently. Sometimes the word delinquency is in there, sometimes it's not. Sometimes there's a year in there, sometimes it's not. It's confusing. So we would like to ask the council to pass a motion, and I know I gave the president the wording. I'll be happy to read it. It's very simple. Simply that council authorizes Keystone to collect the Fulcrum earned income tax and local service tax, current and delinquent, period, end of sentence. Now, we currently authorize them, but there's some question as to whether it has to be done for every year and whether it includes delinquent. Second part, council would authorize municipal resource recovery systems, that's MRRS, to collect the business privilege license and the business privilege tax, current, estimated, and delinquent, and to collect the delinquent trash and sewer usage fees. This really doesn't change anything. What it does is it takes 4 different motions that have been passed over the last 2 years and puts them into one simple motion that says, this is our tax collector for these taxes, this is our tax collector for these taxes, until such time as council ever wants to change. So we hope the council will pass that, would make it easier for Joe and I in terms of indicating who the tax collectors are to various.
Is that a resolution or?
Yeah, just a motion, it can
Oh,
be
just
done
a
by
motion
just a
to
motion if you want.
Put Keystone and.
Yeah, just the wording that I gave,
MSSR.
and I can give that to the secretary, and MRRS, which we've done already, but as I say, with MRRS, there may be a question of whether they can collect estimate, because we didn't use the word estimate when we appointed them, and we didn't use the word delinquent once when we appointed Keystone. This would clear all that, and make it clear that they can collect the taxes we ask them to collect.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second that.
Mrs. Rossi?
Yes.
Mr. Petty?
Yes.
Ms. Foley?
Yes.
Mr. McGuigan?
Yes.
Ms. Rafter?
Yes.
Mrs. Frank?
Yes.
Motion carries. Chief, do you have anything?
No, not this time of year. I just wanted to, and all the guys in the department, want to extend happy holidays to everybody. And we also wanted to thank all of council, all of our officials for standing behind the police department this past year. And again, just happy holidays to everybody.
Same to you and your families and all the officers' families. Any,
Oh, I do have one question.
Do we have old-
Do we have, we did put the third guy on second?
Yes, we did. The day after you
Thank
guys
you.
directed me.
do you have any old business?
I have old business, new business. I don't know which one you want to say.
What do you have for old business?
Well, old business that we've had problems with the heater in the gym, and I'm sure everybody's aware of it, okay? We did send away for the motor, they bought us the wrong motor. The motor that's supposed to be in there is, no longer exists. They
So
did not
that's-
make it. They haven't made it since 1992. So, I do have 3 quotes that I gave everybody on council to look at. I've talked to every one of these guys here, and to have us put a industrial heating system in there, first of all, it would be totally killing us as far as energy applies. You only get 1 year warranty out of this, out of an industrial air, or heating unit. Did I say air conditioner? Heating unit. That's my other problems. The others was taking the heating units, which we do technically used to have 2 in there. We've been running on 1 for the last, I guess, X amount of years. I want to get 2 back into it, okay? I'm going to go with not industrialized, if we can. We're going to go with the big giant household, for big $1 million homes that can handle 3, 4-story buildings. These will be units that are 155s. There'll be 2 of them. They will cover more than 6,000 square. And the gym is just a click over 5,000 square. We do know that we do need some heat in there. Okay, it took a while for me to get some quotes. Okay, we have 3 quotes. There is another one somewhere, but I'd like council to look it over. You know, we have to have a discussion what we need to do.
These
No.
heaters only heat the gym, right? No other part of the
Yeah, only the gym. The only thing right so far that I know of that is heated by the gym from this building is actually the bathrooms.
Right.
Okay, thank God, because then I think we would have serious problems. Yeah, I mean, some of these quotes here, you'll see on this one here, I've looked things over. I'm looking for something that's not 100% efficiency. The only reason why I'm not going 100% efficiency is because of the condensation that comes from the heating units. So the number one is 80% efficiency. That is as high as you can go. Once you get up to 100, then you're looking at more condensation being put into the actual heating units. So with 80, that keeps it dry, and we don't have the worries about, rusting out. Now, having the 155-2, that gives us a 10-year warranty for any part on those heaters versus the industrialized one, which will burn more electricity and only gives you 1 year warranty. So it's basically a no-brainer.
Question, Larry, the condensing furnaces you're talking about,
Yes.
is that with a fresh air intake from outdoors or bringing the combustion air from indoors?
Bringing combustion indoors, I believe.
I am in the trade, you can get greater efficiency and avoid the condensation issues by bringing the
Then why didn't I
combustion
get a
air
quote
from.
from you?
Conflict of interest. Because I'm associated with the borough, I would not attempt to do any business
Why not?
with the borough, conflict of interest.
You're in this town, why wouldn't I?
Hey, Larry, I just want to take a second to say something about this. Because, I've heard a little bit of chatter about the fact that this thing's been broken for over a month. I want to say that, Larry was up here a week before Thanksgiving, identified the problem, has been up here several times to get these estimates, which isn't easy because these guys tell you they'll be here at one time and they show up 3 days later. And he did a real good job putting this whole thing together. And Larry, I want to say I appreciate it. And to, the Boys Club and Girls Club, I'm real upset. We offer at no charge to the Boys and Girls Club the use of this gym, CYO. If you go in there and it's too cold to practice, it's upon these clubs to take that and say practice is canceled. This is something that, unfortunately, we can't just award a $10,000 contract to anybody. This is the process we got to take, and this is the process we took, and I think Larry did a really good job doing it. And I just wanted to take a second to say that.
Thanks, Jason.
Understood.
So do you want us to vote on something?
Which are you recommending?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the new gentleman that just moved in over by the Fallcroft Firehouse Heating Company.
Gino,
Yeah, Jeff.
Joe Gino.
Which one is that?
That would be this one here.
This one here?
Yeah.
This one here.
Now, is this,
Now,
is this
Now,
including
on this bill
warranty?
here that you see down here at the bottom, it says the price, that's for each unit.
Okay,
Okay,
which
that's
comes
Okay.
to,
That's-
I'm
okay.
going for 2 units.
which comes to
With me?
10,189.
Yeah, it would be, I'm gonna go with stage 2, okay? Which would be
Two-stage,
a little bit more, but it will be much more efficient, okay? So, it would be the better thing to do as far as going for the stage 2. I think it would cost maybe, what, $1,000 more, a little bit more, but you're guaranteed to getting a better efficiency out of it.
And he's not charging us for warranties. It looks like.
Yes.
And those,
Yeah,
the
we're
2
10
stages
years
will
of
save you
warranty.
about
Yeah.
50% of the load demand times.
Why is the labor cost different on the 2 units, Larry? The one
What's that?
has 1 year and the other has 3 year for the labor.
Because one's a stage 1 and one's a stage 2, okay? Now, he seems to be the better price. Now, we had the other gentleman, and Dominic was actually nice from Norwood. You may even know him.
Maybe.
Yeah, he was very nice. He actually taught me a lot, but, I mean, it's everybody that I called, and there is actually a couple other quotes out that are in the office somewhere. I think Lauren might put them somewhere, but these are the 3 that I have out here, so.
Larry, I think you should talk to the historical commission and see if they're interested in the old building.
Start by the whole building, if you ask me.
So are we, you want us to vote on this?
Yeah, I'm asking council to
Get
do
it
this
taken care of?
because, you know,
Joe,
I
are
just
we okay
want to do
financially?
this.
How much is the unit? I don't know.
10,189.
Yeah, I'd rather get it done this year, so yeah.
Okay. All right, do I have a motion to approve the first quote
Motion.
from
Second.
Joseph Giannone?
I beat you this time, right?
This is Rocky.
Yes.
Yes.
Good way of welcoming new
Yes.
business to town. Give
Yes.
them a little business.
Yes.
This is Frank. Yeah.
Okay, Larry, call him up.
Thank you.
It's a nice way of welcoming new business to town.
If I knew you did this, I would have.
And then you were looking
Moving on
forward,
to
I
new
said,
business.
sent Chip your way.
I have first to make a motion to appoint Mindy Isaac for the library board.